Welcome to our online connections class. Thanks for joining me today. I realize there are so many things happening that we are losing connection with this physical distancing. So I wanted to give you guys some ideas of some things that we're doing in our home to stay connected. So obviously one of the things we're doing is Zoom. This is Zoom. And we're doing Zoom with my son's friends so that he can stay connected with them. We're doing Zoom as a family with my brother and my parents so we can stay connected. We also have some fun things online that I kind of wanted to show you really quick. So I'm going to share my screen. This app is actually on my phone, and I played around with it a little bit, and it was a little too hard to try and share my phone. It just wouldn't show you guys very well. So a couple of them I'm just going to talk about. But I just wanted to share Snapchat with you. So Snapchat is a fun way to put filters on, and I just realized I didn't, when I hit share my audio. So one sec. All right, share my audio so I can play this.
Come join us. We're going to do a connections class.
Let me start that again.
Are you lonely? Come join us. We're going to do a connections class.
Now, Snapchat is a fun way to put a filter. It changes your voice. You can send it directly back and forth in Snapchat, or you can download it and upload it into a text message or put it on Facebook. It is one that I do caution people, because there are some things that you may not want your children accessing in Snapchat, like the social media part of it. So that is one that we do as a family and Snapchat back and forth, but they're not allowed to go into some of those social components because they're not necessarily safe. So it's not one that I necessarily have on my kid's phone. They use it on my phone to create the videos and that kind of stuff. So Snapchat's just a fun way to change it up. Another one that's really fun that I did not find a way to show you online is an app called Marco Polo. And Marco Polo is recording messages back and forth to each other. So it's not a instant communication like Zoom is, which is the platform we're using right now, where you have everybody in a video call. But Marco Polo is kind of fun, because there are also filters on that. You can create a family group. We have a family group called the Crazy Masons, where we can Marco Polo one another, and everyone in the family can see it. So that's a fun option. Other options are, staying connected through our regular social media platforms. And heaven forbid we actually pick up the phone and call someone. Yeah, exactly. Picking up the phone and calling people. Some things we need to be aware of. There are a large number of elderly who don't have smartphones, who don't have computers, who really could use a phone call right now. So think about some people in your life that you may have seen out and about, whether it be in your neighborhood, at the grocery store, or your church congregation, or dropping their grandkids off at school, things like that, and maybe find a different way to reach out to them, like picking up the actual phone, because those are the ones that really need connection a lot. We are very blessed in our family. My grandmother lives in our neighborhood, and so do my parents. So yesterday, we decided to get out, and we walked up to my grandma's house and walked her up to my parents' house because she was going there for dinner. So she is in her 80s and getting a little bit frail. So we just took our time and walked her up there, but the sunshine and being outside was really good for her. So you can still maintain social distance. You can still, or physical distance, sorry, they're calling it social distancing, but physical distancing is more accurate. We need to be social, we need to be connected. So one of the other fun things, I've had a couple people tell me that they share recipes and they get on a video call. Some other ones we haven't discussed are Skype or Google Hangout. Those are some other options, and they all share a recipe. They gather their ingredients, and then they get together and they make something. So that's why I shared my quick and easy fruit dip with you guys, because that's kind of a fun one to have on hand, especially when your kids are stuck at home and they need something different. This is a healthy way to change up their fruit, and it's really tasty. So
just really quick before you jump into that, there's a couple other apps. There's one that's called House Party, and I tried it, and I gotta tell you, you are limited to only 8 people. So it wasn't my favorite. It was hard to understand people, so we actually switched over to Zoom. So it's good to know, like, hey, this is available, but you might prefer Zoom instead. Another one is WhatsApp. A lot of people globally actually use WhatsApp. Like my aunt in England uses WhatsApp. So it's a way that I can check in with her and see what's going on. And then there is also Voxer, and Voxer is like instant walkie-talkie.
Oh, that's kind of fun. I'll have to check that out.
So you can Voxer in real time with people versus Marco Polo. Marco Polo, you get to actually see them, but Voxer, it's like back and forth, and you can literally talk back and forth with people. So that's one to check out also.
That is super cool.
That's the aroma dance.
All right. Sorry, there was a couple of feedback going on, so I muted. Okay, really quick, I want to share some other things that you guys can do to help with connection. So you guys know I am an essential oil coach. I'm a doTerra wellness advocate. We use essential oils a lot in our home. And there are several essential oils, and I just clicked the wrong button. Several essential oils that can support connection. And I did put this link in the class that's on Facebook, but I will also do this link for you guys in the chat window. Sorry, when I share my screen, my chat window goes away. So here's the link to the supporting emotions with essential oils. So I'm not going to go over everything, but frankincense is great. And I post on there what it connects you to. It's connection to God and to the Father. Myrrh is connection to Mother, and trusting and bond and nurturing. So those are some great ones. Balance is stability. Lime is cleansing for the heart from emotional toxins, which can block connection. So that's a good one to have. Lemongrass releases the past. So if you're having trouble with connecting because of your past. Wild orange is so awesome. There's so many awesome things there. It's the oil of abundance and creativity. So especially right now, we need a little levity in our life. And so I really want to highlight wild orange is so good for us right now, with abundance, sense of humor, playfulness, being generous, spontaneous, creative, joyful, and reconnects us to our inner child. Our children need some interaction that's a little bit more playful. So wild orange can help us with that, help us reconnect with our inner child. So wild orange is going in our diffusers constantly. And I change up the other oils that I add in the diffuser. Magnolia is the oil of connection. So that one is a really important one to have. And it's also the connection to the divine matriarch. So rose is another one, which is a healer of the heart, and it helps us accept and receive divine love. So those are some oils that can help. So that is why I'm also choosing wild orange to be in my dip. So we're gonna go ahead and stop sharing my screen and move my computer just a little bit. I'll just have to lift the bowl up and show you guys as we go. So it is 8 ounces of cream cheese. And I start by putting the cream cheese and the honey together. So it's 8 ounces of cream cheese and 2 tablespoons of honey. And Rose Turnbow, who is on our doTerra team, she has bees, and this honey is from her hive. And it's fantastic because it's local here to me. So it's local raw honey, which raw honey is very beneficial to help us support those seasonal threats in our area. If you can get raw honey from your area, it supports our bodies in those seasonal threats. So that's one more added benefit. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself for just a second because it's gonna get loud. So Kyle or Ronay, will you unmute yourself and talk about some of the other things for connection?
Sure. So one of the things to make sure that you're doing with connecting with others is, okay, right now we're feeling so isolated. Make sure you're checking in with the people that are in your house, and hugs. Hugs are like the most, especially for us huggers, but when you hug someone and you hug them for longer than 5 seconds, you actually, I think it's about 15 to 17 seconds, I can't remember, you create a connection that releases endorphins and makes your heart happier. So grab your kids, hug them for longer than they probably want, but they need it, you need it. That's one of those things that I find is really, really important, is making sure you're connecting with the people in your own house. If you don't have someone who's in your house, then just make sure that you're checking in with people, because we might not feel like we're like, oh, we're totally fine. We're not fine when we're completely isolated. I think Leanne's ready again.
Awesome. Okay, now we're going to put in 12 drops of citrus oil. I am choosing wild orange, and I only use doTerra essential oils. The thing that I love about doTerra essential oils, and I hope you can see that, is there are supplemental facts on the bottle for those oils that you can take internally. If it doesn't have supplemental facts, it will say for external and aromatic use only. So I love that there's no, I don't know for sure. I know because the bottles tell me. So I love that. So 12 drops of wild orange. So some of the citrus oils are a little bit stronger than others. So start a little bit lighter, but I know I've done wild orange several times, so I know it's 12 drops. Lime is a little bit stronger, so you want to start more like 8. And then once you add in the whipping cream, if it's not strong enough, you can add a couple more drops. But I like to add it in at this step and then make sure that it's well incorporated with the cream cheese before I add in the whipping cream. I'm going to mute myself again.
All right, I did find the benefits of hugging, and I think that this is really important. Hugs reduce stress by showing your support. Hugs may protect you against illness. Hugs may boost your heart health. Hugs can make you happier. Hugs can help reduce your fears. Hugs may help reduce your pain, and hugs help you communicate with others. This is a article that was done by Healthline, and so I dropped the link in the chat so that you can actually read more of it. I just kind of did the bullet points.
Awesome. What are the other things that you can do to help with connection for those that can't get out, those that don't necessarily have social media, is think about creating a care package for them of all prepackaged, already done things. You can, go to the store and pick up a few things for them that might be comforting. Fruit, chocolate, that's another good one. Just think of, things that might just brighten their day. Maybe pick them up a lemonade or something like that. So just find ways to connect outside of the box.
And for those that don't really want to go to the store, you're feeling a little nervous, you can order stuff on Amazon and ship it to someone else. So like my son lives in Idaho. I can't get to him, but I can send him a care package.
Okay. Okay, so last but not least is I'm going to slowly pour in while the mixer is going the whipping cream so that it starts to get fluffy and all happy. So that takes about 3 to 5 minutes. So I am going to start whipping that. And I want you guys just to, if you are muted, unmute and connect.
All right, so if you guys can unmute yourself and tell us how you're connecting with others during this time. Ms. Kyle?
We're doing lots of Zoom and phone calls. My kids are actually using Google Hangouts, and it's easier for them to use Google Hangouts right now because the school uses the Google platform. And so they can connect through their school emails, which is a little bit monitored by the school, sometimes can get a little wonky, which is fine. I'd rather have it monitored than not, but the kids are connecting with Google Hangouts, which if you've got kids who have used the Google platform at all, I think it's something stupid like 90% of American school children have a Google email. Let them hang out. Let them use that platform because it works.
That's awesome. Lena, how much whipping cream? The recipe is actually on the, it's on the thing. I don't have it in front of me, the event, but I can look for it and I can grab it.
Thank you.
What other ways are you guys connecting with others right now?
Well, right now, me and Cindy are walking.
Yay, that is not 6 feet apart.
No, but we also are family. We've been together, and we've been together the whole month.
Good, then you guys should hug.
Just about every day.
You guys should totally hug.
Yep, yeah, we do. We do, and we hug our son and our daughter and
grandkids. And those cute
grandkids
babies
and stuff.
That are
living with us. But yeah. So
that's awesome.
Plus, we're doing a lot of the video chatting and stuff too. Yes.
And my husband is even agreeing to do the antiviral drops in a capsule morning and night, which is really big for him.
That's fantastic. One of the other ways that we can connect, especially with those that are in our house, is there are oil protocols that we can do on each other, and there's Symphony of the Cells. There's just like getting down and like, okay, what's your favorite oil? Let's grab some Balance or some On Guard and just rub it into each other's feet. So this is, again, for people who are in your home and you can physically touch them. We need more physical touch at this time. I think Leanne is ready for us.
Maybe.
I couldn't find the unmute. Look how yummy. Like it is just, this can go on almost anything. It can go, if you want to make, we do it on vanilla wafers. We do it on top of cake, but it really is a fruit dip. But it's just fantastic with how thick it is and yummy. I do, when I share this recipe, I put 4 to 8 drops, because if somebody is not used to cooking with essential oils, the oils come out fast. So you'll be thinking, okay, I'm gonna go 8, and you're gonna go at probably closer to 10. So when I share this recipe in written form, I share it conservatively, but I do know that the wild orange, we like it at 12 drops.
And I really like it with tangerine versus wild orange. Tangerine is just like, that's my yummy oil. And I like it on strawberries.
Oh,
that's so good.
So this is going for our dessert tonight. Now, so there's a couple of things that we have lightened up in our home. We have a 30-minute computer limit time for gaming and that kind of stuff. And with this new loveliness that's going on, we have lightened up a little bit with that. The other thing is we have limits on, you know, we don't do dessert every night, but we need to change up our routine a little bit more. And so I'm some healthy options. Megan gets to lick the beater, which she's so excited. Yes, you can lick the spatula. Sam wants to lick the spatula. So you guys see how yummy that is? I'm gonna put it in a clear bowl so you can see just a little bit better. Some other things that we've lightened up on is, like I said, is comfort food. So some things that we do that are on the healthier side for a snack as a family is like this fruit dip with fruit. Another thing is we like dark chocolate at our house, and we grate dark chocolate over berries. That's kind of one of our favorites. So if you have a larger family, you may want to double this, but this is perfect for my family. Like I said, so that's about how much it yields. It yields about obviously 2 cups because that's what you've put in, and it doesn't fluff quite as much as regular whipping cream. Store it in the fridge, obviously in an airtight container, or plastic wrap over the top, or I have lids for these bowls, which I prefer. Remember, it has essential oils in it, so you need to prepare it in glass or metal and store it in glass, metal, or ceramic, just as a side note. So anyways, that's a great way to connect as a family, is around something yummy. So I'm gonna hand the bowl and the spatula to Sam. So did we get through everybody on how they are connecting? I love that Lena is outside walking. That is another great way. Be outside. One of the fun things that I saw on Facebook was a group of ladies had met in a parking lot, circled their trunks. I mean, they all either had an SUV or a minivan, and they were all sitting in the back of their trunks in a powwow circle connecting. Another one that I saw was a neighborhood that everyone goes out into the street in the morning and they do a workout together. They decide what workout equipment they're going to use that day. Bring your exercise bands or bring these weights. And they were working out on the street together. A few others were in cul-de-sacs in your neighborhood. Let the kids get together and meet in a cul-de-sac, but they were in their camp chairs basically, and they were sitting 6 to 8 feet apart. Our kids still need this. This is something we've never experienced until now. And their worlds have been completely shooken up. So whatever we can do to support them in connecting with their friends and connecting with us in a new way, what kind of world do you want to be a part of? Do you want to be part of the problem, or do you want to be part of the solution? So keep connecting, keep thinking outside the box, and find a new way to connect with somebody today. So thanks for coming. Kyle or Ronay, do you have any last thoughts?
Just wanted to mention that we are doing several more classes, and I love that we teach, and then generally we shut the recording off and we connect with each other. So please check out on Ronay Brummett's teacher page on Facebook, or on Eventbrite, or Balanced Beginnings, or Beyond Possibilities. We have all of these posted in different places. And I love that we are teaching together and connecting that way. So please check out the rest of our classes.
You don't have to be in the same state. Lena and I are in the same state. Kyle and Zula are in the same state. And Ronay is off by herself in Minnesota. But we know that we're not by ourselves. So our team is about connection. It's about education. It's about supporting each other. So we say team, If you join our call, you're part of our team. Thanks for connecting with us.
Wait.
Yeah,
Is Hangout safe?
Hangout is safe because it's one-to-one connection. So if you're sharing the link with it out there on social media, then anyone can get it. That's just like our Zoom classes. But generally Hangouts, you're connecting one person to one person. And we do several of meetings, you know, on Google Hangout.
And
Thanks,
for the
Mark.
kids, if they're using their school email, like my kids have a Gmail that I created for them, but the school creates a Gmail account for them that is, most of the time it's their school ID number at whatever the school district is.us.
So that's pretty safe. Yep.
So the school monitors, that is actually, it's like a subsystem of some sort of Google, and it's monitored because federal law says if you're not 13, you can't have a Google account. Schools get special exemptions, so there's extra monitoring.
Perfect. Pam just reminded me there was one more option on your phones that I forgot. For some phones, there is, well, on Apple, it's FaceTime. On Android, it's called Duo, D-U-O. And that's just a one-to-one video call. So that's another one. So again, we're going to stop the recording, but thanks for connecting with us and have a great day.